The NASCAR Next Gen car was supposed to level the playing field for all teams, and that it did. Here are 11 stats that show just how unprecedented the parity was in 2022. The last two will blow your mind. They blew mine. Starting off in 2022, he had 19 different winners. This tied a record for the most different winners in a NASCAR season, and it only took 29 races to do so. The last time it happened, in 2001, it took till the final race of the season to reach that mark. Also, 39 different drivers scored a top 10 and 32 a top 5, compared to only 37 and 26 the year before. The gaps in qualifying speeds were much smaller this year. Comparing the races in 2021 that had qualifying to their counterparts in 2022, the gap between first and last place with outliers removed was on average 1.3 seconds less in 2022. Basically, the worst car wasn't as nearly as slow as the slowest car last year. 2022 also saw a lowest in the most number of stage wins the driver had this year, Ryan Blaney with 9. Martin Truex Jr. was second with 7. Now, neither of them won. To put this in perspective, the most stage wins any driver had in the season without getting a win was 5. And the fewest race wins a driver had while leading the league in stage wins was 5. Blaney had none. 2022 saw the most drivers to win a stage in a year. Now, this tied with 2020, but 2022 had 4 more multi-stage winners. There's only 2 drivers won exactly one stage, which means 16 drivers won at least one stage. Chase Elliott led the Cup Series in 2022 with 292 stage points. Now, this was the fewest stage points for the driver who had the most stage points in a year, and the previous record was 346, nearly 50 points higher. In 2022, 33 different drivers scored stage points. That's a record. Stage racing was so competitive. Chase Elliott led the Cup Series in 2022 with 857 laps led. Now, last year 4 drivers eclipsed this mark. And except for 1949, a season that had 8 races, this is the only season in NASCAR history that no driver led at least 1,000 laps. Chase Elliott was also tops in the series with an average finish of 12.5. And this is the only season in NASCAR history where no driver had one over 12.2. Now, as the big teams really get to exploit the next-gen car, we may see some parity fade next year. But hopefully this is the beginning of a new era, where so many drivers can win on any given day.